It is Fleet Week here in the city, and that means thousands of U.S. military service members are in town to take in the sights and sounds of the Big Apple.
The week-long celebration coincides with Memorial Day, when Americans remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Joining us this morning to talk more about Fleet Week and the real meaning of Memorial Day, Major Dimitri Stepanoff of the U.S. Marine Corps and Information Systems Technician First Class Marc from the U.S. Navy. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service, first of all. Let me start with you. You're from Ohio.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your first time in New York.
It is.
What do you think?
It's big.
It is big, right? And you're from Connecticut, so
Correct.
This is not your first time
It's
in New
not my
York.
first time, no.
But what has Fleet Week been like so far this year?
Well, the city really opened up their arms. Everyone's been very, very great. Everyone loves all the things that we brought out to the city, the ships, the weapons, and just the Marines to talk to. So it's been a great time.
Marc, talk about how you each got interested in joining the military.
Well, I always was interested in everything military, weapons, airplanes, ships. It was all pretty nice. So I wanted to be part of that. So I talked to the recruiter, saw how things went, and I'm here today.
And what about you, Major?
It's really 9/11. That's really changed my perception of what I want to do. So that's what I joined.
How long have you been in?
11 years.
And where have you served?
Okinawa. Went deployed to Afghanistan. Stationed in California, and now in North Carolina.
Wow. And what about you?
I've been in for 12 years.
12 years. And where have you served?
In Guam and in Hawaii and in Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
I'm from Hawaii. I also come from a military family, so those sound like very familiar places.
Proud Coast Guard daughter right here.
Yes, very proud. Let's talk about Memorial Day. You know, very often Memorial Day, people talk about barbecues and parties and things like that. But let's talk about the real meaning of Memorial Day, of remembering those who passed away.
Yeah, what do you want people to remember this weekend?
The sacrifices that individuals that served in the military made, and their families, and how it was impacted on them, and all the stresses that families have to deal with, as well as just fighting for our country.
Just reflecting on the heroes that never made it home. So I always tell people, hey, have a good time. Take 5-10 minutes. Think about those that didn't make it back. So.
What do you think would be the most surprising for people to learn about being in the military, being in the Marines? I'm sure there's a million things you can talk about.
We're just people.
Yeah, you're right.
We're just people just doing a job like everybody else. You know, a lot of sacrifice from the families. I have a wife and 3 kids that I haven't seen them that much due to all the work, but in the end, it's rewarding to talk to the Marines and going out and doing our job. And
how often, roughly, do you get to see your family?
It depends what we're doing.
Yeah.
Depends what we're doing. Day to day, you know, sometimes home for dinner, sometimes a late dinner.
Right.
And the weekends, but if we're busy, you know, we're just got done with a 10-month deployment myself, so I was just gone, and my wife had to deal with everything that happened back home. So.
It is so true. The whole family is really part of the military, and very often the family back at home is really keeping things together. Let's talk about, you know, you as a young person have always been interested in being in the military. Can you talk about some of the different jobs? I think some people look on television and they see maybe just the combat part. But there's a lot of different jobs in the military.
Right, we have SHs, they cut hair, they make sure that we have a store. We have our supply individuals who make sure we have everything on board, CSs who cook. All that's super important. If you don't have food, you're not going to have any energy to do anything. So they're overlooked. They're not really the tip of the spear, so to speak, but they're very important, vital to making our Navy and Marine Corps function 100%.
And Major, just lastly, if people haven't come out to any of the Fleet Week activities, it goes through Tuesday, why should people come out with their families and their kids? So
tomorrow we're going to have a lot more displays on the USS Intrepid right by there. It'll be an LAV, they can get inside of it, you know, put a helmet on, put the flak on, and just talk to Marines and see how they do things.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and thank you again for your service, especially this weekend. And as we mentioned, you still have time to get out there and enjoy Fleet Week. Service members will be in town until Tuesday. For more information and a list of all the events, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.
We'll be right back.